Hey everybody, it's Leanne from CVV Magazine, and we're here today with Chantal Kreviazuk, who's playing with the Victoria Symphony. Thanks so much for joining us.
It's my pleasure. Thanks for having me.
No worries. You've done a lot of collaborating over the last 10 years. I think the last time we spoke to you was about 10 years ago with a print magazine that I had, but I was looking over the last week to see what you've been up to, and it's a lot.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Can you tell us a little bit about, it's been like films, it's been co-writing, it's been soundtracks for TV shows, and
just constantly looking for that rabbit out of the hat, you know? That's kind of how I thrive, and it's a bit of a juggling act style of life, but I think that what's cool about it is that it allows for me to be a mom and me to be creative as an artist too, you know, because if I didn't sort of pull a rabbit out of a hat kind of every couple months or a year or something like that, then I would have to be more like consistently, you know, away from my kids or away from my craft as an artist. So, you know, I'm one of those people that when I was in university, I did the essay like at midnight the night before, and it was excellent, but only because procrastination works so well on me. So,
well, the procrastination makes pressure, right? It makes for pressure.
Thrive under pressure. I love it. I love it. I love it.
Well, one of the major collaborations I was going to say is with your husband, Rain Maida, and not only do you guys collaborate in work, but you've also, since the last time we've talked to you, you've had 3 kids, is that right?
I had 3 kids, and one of the, oh my gosh, my kids are a riot. So I was out working, and my husband texted me, and he said, your song started the NBA game tonight, because I have a feature right now with Pitbull. Christina Aguilera is singing my hook. Nice. And so I came home the next morning, I came home, and the next morning I saw my kids, and my son Luke, I said, hey, I hear Daddy says that you guys watched the NBA game and you watched Mommy's song. And Luca goes, oh my gosh, Mom, it was so amazing. Can you imagine if it was you singing it? I've been meaning to tell my husband, like, the kids are so great because, you know, they are just so darn honest, and they're just like out of the mouths of babes. Every day they say the most awesome things.
Totally. I've got 2 kids as well, and I was reading a little bit about you and how you manage life and career, or, you know, family and career.
Lots of yelling.
Good for the boys. Good for the boys. Well, I thought it was really cool that it doesn't seem like you balance. It seems like you blend.
I do. Yeah, we're pretty like honest and just very organic about how we do things. We have a studio at our house, and our children really do just feel like, you know, they know when the door's locked that they really kind of can't come in, but you know, mostly it's an open door policy, and you know, they use the live room a lot and play drums and do their own, you know, guitar, electric guitar and piano in there, and their studies. So yeah, we just kind of incorporate, you know, life as musicians and artists into life as family.
I love having kids for that reason, that you get to open all these doors for them.
Yeah, it's so interesting, and it's so interesting to have that influence on another human being's life. Like, sometimes I lay awake going, okay, I'm putting too much pressure on that. Like, I don't want to put pressure. And then other days I'm like, I'm being way too lackadaisical. He has potential in blah, 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 you know. And you're always just trying to, like, I don't know how my parents figured it out with me. Like, they nailed it. But I don't know if they went into it going, okay, well, if we do this, and then we do that. Like, I don't think they did that.
Were they the ones that put you in piano lessons?
Well, I showed potential at a very, very young age. And then my mom, you know, orchestrated me being in the Conservatory of Music and starting me in piano and then moving me into voice. And then was just like, you know, she really made me practice. Wow. Yeah, and I'm really grateful for it now. And I think she got it quite right. But now I'm truly a musician, like a professional musician, and like I kind of go, well, professional musicians don't make their kids do things. Do you know what I mean? Like, that was my mom did that with me.
That
makes sense.
That's not cool.
But I don't. You know what I mean? So like, I have a different feeling now because I'm not my mom.
But isn't it great, though, because now you're surrounding the kids with it and just kind of leaving a door open instead of pushing them through?
Exactly. Like, I feel like in my house, there's just organically more art and music, whereas at my parents were creating an artist. You know what I'm saying? Yes. Like, that was their artistry. Now it's just different.
That's really neat.
Yeah.
That's very cool. So I was reading that you really enjoy collaborating with the symphony, and I was wondering if you can give us a little window into what it feels like up there as an artist collaborating with symphony.
You know, it may be funny, but it's a real metaphor for life to me to play with a symphony, because everybody has a skill set and has learned their job, and then they get on stage and with many other people who have also gained a skill set for something and mastered, if you will, their craft. They individually do what they do and create together this amazing sound. And I just think that it's like just an amazing reflection on, you know, being civilized and on evolution that we're able to do that. And I think that to me, it has a very hopeful experience to it, piece to it. You know, when we see this togetherness, this kind of civilized behavior, it makes me be hopeful about, you know, like imagine if every country in the world was like each individual instrument, and if each country could just master being, you know.
Master their own instrument, not somebody else's instrument even.
Stop worrying about the others, but like if we could cooperate like that as a world, like that's what the metaphor for me is. And I think when my parents took me to see like the Nutcracker and a few things when I was a kid, we went to, you know, see the ballet or the orchestra a few times as a child. I'm so grateful they took me. I feel like I had that feeling, but of course was too young to articulate it, because it's like a mastering of individuals, but together creating this phenomenon. And, you know, I really feel privileged when I get up there because I'm also doing my part. And we together are all creating this amazing experience. It's really powerful because I can't play the clarinet. I love the clarinet, but, you know, I can't play it. And yet there I am with a clarinet player behind me. We're working together. It's so cool.
Yeah, that's really neat. I love the word hopeful that you describe. I was reading about Bjork and Peter Gabriel and how you like those collaborations, and the feeling is just so much more powerful, you know, than a solo, and it's very hopeful.
It is. It's just got so much magic and power, and it's empowering to be a part of it, and I think to watch it as well. And I think going to the symphony, you know, I fear the symphony being forgotten or fading, because going to see a symphony show or the ballet or any orchestra show, you know, it's transforming. You leave feeling like full. Your heart is full when you leave, and that's what great musicianship, great artistry should do.
Definitely. Yeah. Well, thanks for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
And have fun up there. I can't wait to see it.
Well, I love it. Every time I do this show, it feels like the first time. It's just magical.
Awesome.
Yeah. Thank you.
It's you. Bye.
I hope it's not 10 more years, huh?
Seriously.
But you look great.
So do you. I don't look any different.